Hi, this is Justin Beam with Shout Factory and Reverend Entertainment, welcoming you to this very special, one of a kind actually, commentaries with Shawnee Smith. Shawnee, thank you so much again for being a part of the track.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so stoked to do this. I have not seen this movie since the 80s. I thought about, should I watch it before I came today? And I thought, I'm just gonna let it be This Is Your Life, and whatever comes to me. Watching it now, it's been decades, and I'm so excited. I think this is a great, underrated movie, and I'm so happy to do this for the fans. The fans are the best.
Well, yeah, that's a great point to start on, actually. You've been on the convention circuit for a long time. Is The Blob a real common title for people to approach you about?
Yes, the people love this film, and I'm so grateful and happy that you're doing this release and the commentaries, and the horror fans are the best. Somehow it's like I look back over my life and I go, how did I end up working with the people I've worked with and doing movies like The Blob, Saw, or working with musicians like Robert Trujillo, Jerry Cantrell. I mean, I go, it doesn't make sense, I don't like being scared. If I have to watch a scary movie, I watch it through the tiny screen that I make with my fingers. But the horror fans are the best, and they always ask me about this movie and the special effects. That's the other crazy thing. Like Tony Gardner. Joanna Ray casting. Oh my gosh. This is your life. I'm so excited to watch this movie.
When did you first start doing the conventions and getting out there?
With the Saw films. Yeah.
Did you have any idea about the following for this film and how big this horror world was before then?
No. It's like it's like the filmmakers are fans of the genre. Fans making movies for fans, Chuck Russell
Right.
and Frank Darabont. Come on. I mean,
Power duo.
yeah. And how about The Green Mile, Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So this is in Abbeville, Louisiana.
I love it. Oh my gosh. I always wanted to be a cheerleader. I wasn't even close. Oh my gosh. Love the hair extensions. Total 80s hair. And there's Donovan. I was his prom date in real life.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, I still have a little note he wrote me way back. He was a year older than me. Went to Hollywood High. Oh my gosh, I remember the yellow suede dress I wore and the boots. Obnoxious. But I have the sweetest, little, what a creative soul that guy is. I kept this letter all these years, a little note. Aww. I grew up in Hollywood pretty much. I started really young, and I met him pretty young. I was a teenager. I love, there's so many good things, I think. Oh, there's Dell. What's his name? The priest.
Yeah, Del Close.
Reverend Meeker. I think I just saw him in the... Oh, Donovan. So handsome.
Got any plans this evening?
And I love the small town. I love that... Kevin Dillon. Look at that mullet. I love it. He was tormented by those hair extensions. I think Chuck Russell made him do it.
Hilarious.
He hated him. I love Kevin. We were like the yin and yang and frickin' frack.
Yeah.
I was so serious about everything, and he was like cracked up at me.
How many days were you out in Louisiana shooting in Abbeville?
I don't. It seems like a lot. I mean, I think they got this town because Chuck wanted one main road in the town.
Yeah.
And Abbeville had one main road, and there was a restaurant, and it's like the whole town. Oh, I think this is a gnarly jump.
Yeah, he's going for it here.
I got some things to say about Abbeville. I love Abbeville and the people in it.
Yeah, I'm curious about that because not every small town embraces film production, but what was it like?
Yeah, there's a jump in here that they got this kid to do. Oh, I don't think this is it.
That's toward the end of the film, yeah.
Jeffrey DeMunn, Candy Clark. This is like the movie of character actors. Like, there are great character actors in this film.
Yeah, for sure. And everybody who I reached out to, for the most part, everyone that could, was so excited to be a part of it.
I mean, it was like the whole town got involved. We didn't have like catering trucks. We ate at the restaurant on the main road, and the family that owned the restaurant cooked, and people from the town were extras. Some worked on crew. I don't know if they worked on crew. There was this I was like I was so young, but I felt so old at the time, but I was like a little mother, and there was this young man, Donnie, I remember, who is this little boy, and he would work on the crew, and I remember sometimes we worked a lot of late nights, and I'd make him a little blanket, and he'd fall asleep on my lap, and it was so sweet. I remember Donnie. And they'd make us crawfish.
Was that my check?
How are you balancing life as a mom with being in the business?
Well, I just don't work right now. My children are 9, 13, and 20, and my daughter just started college, so we are now where she's going to college, because wherever I go, they go. Wherever they go, I go.
Sure.
And, like for a lot of years, I worked, and there, I would have nannies and babysitters. There's just a big cast of characters, always coming through, and before they're adults, I just wanted to be with them, like the confines of the family, and just be with them. So it's really just this kind of grand experiment of us in the home, I homeschool,
Mess up now.
and now Verve's in college, and I have a feeling she's gonna make, well, she already has made movies, but I think maybe she'll my daughter will cast me in my best part one day.
Aw.
Maybe. We'll see what happens, you know? The writing's really good in this movie, you know? Like, nobody's an idiot. It's like small town. You believe it.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of stereotype characters.
My bike's broken down in Elkins Grove. I was thinking, maybe
Not sort of a generic canvas of characters here.
Yeah.
6 damn skidoos, 3 cats, and 2 flatbed snowmakers. By Monday.
what's the hurry? It must be 70 degrees out there.
You actually started acting really young yourself, right? When you were around, what, 8
Yeah.
or so is when this began for you? And how did that start? What led you there at such a young age?
This whole town's
Oh
ready.
my gosh, I love every actor in this movie. I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm so happy you're doing this.
I wish your piece of shit excuse for a motorcycle was one of these sweet little rigs.
So, Moss, how about the Ratchet?
It wasn't like a successful movie in the box office, but
Put in a couple hours.
you know, it was like the time it was released, and there's so many factors that go into
There's 12 sockets in that.
the release of a film and what makes it, successful in the box office or not.
Especially with horror films, a lot of them find their audience on video, which I think was the case with The Blob.
Doing me too damn.
Yeah. Look at that smile. I'm so happy you're doing this. I mean, I just trip out at the great company I've been in over my
Yeah.
career, it's just been an odd career, you know, like I really haven't been in it for a few years now, and it's kind of like a Pinocchio story, you know, like, because I started so young. I remember Kevin Dillon. It's funny the things that stick with you. He told me a story, or no, it wasn't even. He was just, you know, he just grew up like, you know, in the regular life, and I don't know, New Jersey or something. Anyways, he told me this story. It was friends and him going skiing. Ricky Paul, I knew him from being when we were very young.
What for?
He's a great guy. There's my dad, the pharmacist.
Let's go, boys. It's closing time.
All right. Make it quick. Look, pal, give me a pack of Trojans and a Banaka spray.
You see the look?
Oh, yeah. Ribbed.
Oh, I love it. I think he's from, I want to say Second City, like did like improv and stand up.
Thanks.
There's humor in this film.
Oh, yeah.
How are you?
But it's not silly humor, you know, the way that it's handled. It's so smart.
No. Oh, yeah.
You went to Sunday services lately.
Look at this. And and I love the way that's a great setup.
Yeah.
It's like, it seems like there are all kinds of setups in movies that
Not for me.
they never
They're for my
pay off.
Oh.
You know, like
sort of.
I mean, you got Frank Darabont
Well, you know.
writing the script,
You're
you
in
know,
good
it's
hands.
gotta be good.
Question.
But you get great payoffs. They just set up the snow machine.
The guy is totally irresponsible. Hey, come on, Scott. What's the whole?
I love it. The parents aren't idiots. The sheriff's not an idiot.
Yeah, usually the adults, at least the dad is usually a fool in most movies. And, you know,
Yeah.
You were talking about a story from Kevin.
So so I'm gonna be jumping around, right?
Sure.
Watching this for the first time since the 80s and just tripping out on it. But so Kevin told me the story of how he and his friends went skiing. He says, oh yeah, we just, we didn't have like we just, we didn't have fancy skis or the right boots, so we just put on our jeans and hiked up a mountain and had mismatched skis, and we just skied. I'm like, you just like grabbed mismatched stuff in your jeans and climbed up a hill and skied? He says, yeah. Oh, we had a ball, And it's like I put a pin in my mind of like, that was like a scene of real life. Like from the inside out, as from the outside in. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Because my life was always from like the outside in. It was always like a show. I started at 8 and was doing the movie Annie at 11. And, when I went skiing, it's like you had to have the outfit and then
Yeah.
Everything was a scene. I love that cut.
Right. The Jello.
Awesome. Aw, my little brother. Anyways, I've had that picture in my mind all these years. That little scene of Kevin and his buddies skiing that way. And I went, that's the aim. Like
They won't let you kids into a movie like that.
That's life.
My brother's an usher.
And finally, all these years later, that's my life.
Mom, come on.
And I'm so grateful, and we're having a ball.
Have you seen that kind of trash, and that's final. Do you understand? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's like yeah, so now I'm just a little person in a big world.
That makes sense about your world being so structured when you're a kid. Was that hard for you to move around in that, or was it just because you knew it from such a young age? It was just, that was life for you.
Yeah, that was life. I mean, I did theater.
Are you serious? Sure.
Oh my gosh. It's like I'm right there. I think my daughter told me when she was 4 years old, she saw me looking sad or something. I don't know what was going on, but she said, "It's okay, Mama. Time is just a trick."
Aww, that's so sweet.
Yeah, but it is. I mean, I could be in the room with that actress playing my mother.
I'm terribly sorry. You must be Paul. I'm Meg's mother.
Hi, nice to meet you, ma'am.
Well, come on in. Meg will be right down.
Aw, it's like real life, I think
Where do you think you're going? We're sleeping over at Eddie's, remember?
Oh.
nice. I love that he comes to the door,
Boiling out.
Well, it's October. It's nighttime. You're wearing your jacket.
Stupid coat.
No, here, let me. Okay. Bye-bye, honey. Enjoy yourself. Bye, Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
Won't you sit down? Oh, excuse me.
Hi, Paul.
Hi.
Are you surviving my family so far?
Yeah, you look great.
Thank you.
You want to go?
Sure, I just want you to meet my dad really quick. It'll just take a second.
Sure.
Daddy. Aw, watch this. This is great. Daddy, I'd like you to meet my friend Paul. Art LaFleur. Oh, nailed it. It's like the people are real. Now we're gonna introduce, but it's sci-fi, but it's set in this real world, real people.
I think a lot of the best horror films are. It's not really about the creatures. The creatures create the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all the best stories are about the people.
I can smell. I think like when he had the thing on his hand and the wardrobe, there was a certain like musky, slimy smell.
I'm really sorry about my dad.
I can smell
I've
it.
never seen him like that before.
That's okay.
Can man.
It was just a misunderstanding.
Oh.
So when did you and Donovan first meet?
That's for sure.
I was probably like
No harm done, I guess.
15 or 16.
Yeah.
Scott Jeske is gonna die.
When you got the Blob, and did you know that he was a part of it too, or did you guys show up and see each other and... Oh my God!
I think we just saw each other. Oh my gosh, those tote pumps.
Yeah, right. You ran him in the middle of the road.
Stop it. Let's get him to a doctor.
Hey, watch out. He's got some kind of corrosive shit on his hands.
Got some kind of corrosive shit on his hands.
Have you seen the original Blob?
Yeah, I watched it before I did the movie.
Yeah.
Not quite Steve McQueen's greatest film.
The oldest teenager in cinema history, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, get in the car. What for? There's gonna be a lot of explaining to do, and you're part of it.
And Donovan's like the Steve McQueen character, right?
It's kind of like Steve McQueen. He's also kind of like Marion Crane
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I will call
Yeah.
in Psycho,
just to make sure you don't.
if you think about it, because of
You finished?
the way they build him up and then what happens to him. To not spoil anything yet for those who haven't watched the movie before.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Nothing like sitting between two males.
Excuse me, nurse.
One moment, please.
Oh my gosh, I remember her. I totally am in that room with her right now. Deadpan.
Now, how may I help you?
We've had a car accident. This guy needs to see a doctor.
He has something on his
Some
hand.
kind of corrosive shit.
Does he have Blue Cross?
I don't know.
Medical insurance of any kind?
I don't believe it.
Flag.
The guy is.
The doctor's with another patient right now.
Like, really? Insurance hasn't gotten any better.
With this gentleman.
Pain in the ass.
Have to fill these out.
Oh, this poor guy.
Hey, take it easy.
Oh, look
Guy's
at
gonna get you
him.
right up.
That was really kind. Oh, look. Meg noticed.
Hey, where are you going?
These people don't give a shit about explanations. If you need me,
Yeah,
where to find me?
keep it real. Come here, darling. I'm the good guy.
Yeah, stay away from that one.
Oh. Forms.
So this is a big moment for you in terms of your history, though, as a lead. Was it a big deal to land this role?
Yeah, sure, that'd be great.
Yeah, it was a big deal. I think this is the only, like, movie that I starred in. Except maybe Saw 3.
Yeah.
But, and I can see... Oh, how scary is that? You know, I could understand... When I look at it, I could see why they cast me, you know? It's just kind of like... Girl next door, you know? Like, everybody's just kind of real in this small town, and...
Mhm.
I remember when I heard Chuck was doing The Mask, you know, and I was like, told my manager, I'm like, come on, I see if you could get me in that part, you know. And then, of course, I see Cameron Diaz, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a whole other level of a female star. But you know, I'm really a character actress, but I could see why I think it was decent casting for Meg Penny. That is Eraserhead. Isn't that Jack Nance?
Yeah.
Is this the hand injury?
I'm in such good company. I love it. I love character actors. Ah!
Did you read for this role then? Did you go in and audition?
Oh, yeah. I love it. You know, they make jokes about the casting couch.
Yeah.
Well, the casting couch for my audition with Chuck Russell became like landscape for a big action scene. I think I went back like 3 times or something, and I remember the last time, fair enough, like he wanted to see how I did action, so he's like, okay, let's there was like this big kind of long couch in the middle of the room, and he set up this whole scene. He says, okay, so then you see the thing coming, you jump over the back, and then like fling out to the side, shoot, turn around, holler. You know, it was like we were in there.
I'm at the Orbital
It
Hospital.
was great, you know. I've watched my daughter do it. She'll kill me for saying this, you know. She's always acting out action scenes, you know.
Yeah.
She got acne as a teenager, and she's like just pretended it was like some she told me this the other day. I was dying laughing. She says, oh yeah, I just pretended it was like some kind of plague but I was still gonna save the world, you know. That's how she dealt with acne. Oh my gosh. How scary.
Yeah, there's the big key sequence.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
And oh, how awesome are those special effects?
It's just incredible.
There are the most awesome practical special effects.
And this was a benchmark film in that. This and Carpenter's The Thing were the big two that nailed those practical effects.
Yeah. Oh, Fame. Paul McCrane.
Yep.
Fame was like, that movie had a big impact on me. Not that I ever really wanted to be famous. It's funny. I just wanted to be a small person in a small town. I was like, that was always what I wanted. But somehow...
Did you push back against acting?
No. I don't, you know, I was just, I had a proclivity to... I mean, it's so real. The character, you buy all the characters. You buy the scene, and there's this extraordinary, you know, thing happening.
Maybe we already got him.
Scott.
So, given your history with you and Donovan, did that make things easier for you guys on set?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were buddies. Oh, he's so bad. Oh my gosh.
They're giving away free tonsillectomies.
She could have auditioned for The Mask.
Yeah, Erica, yeah. We almost had her a part of this, but we just couldn't get the schedules to work. But she's another one who said that she just loved being a part of it.
Yeah.
Very own blend of special imported liqueurs.
The Blob is terrifying. You know, like it's like the shark in Jaws, you know? It could be anywhere. Dude, who has a blender in his little It's not even a blender. What do you call those things? A mixer. Oh, that trunk is genius. Oh, props to the props department. Hysterical. Even the rings. Then you see the ring on her neck. I mean, so many payoffs.
It's like a steam bath in here. Here's your drink, Vicky. Vicky? Yep. How's the dog out there tonight? Vicky?
Oh. Blouse. Oh my gosh, I just started watching this show, Schitt's Creek. The Blouse Barn made me think of it. That's the funniest show. I don't watch a lot of TV, but this show got recommended to me
Must be hot though, huh?
from like 4 different people around the same time, including Dave Hackle, who created Becker.
Yeah.
That pushed me over the edge. I'm like, if Dave Hackle, this is his favorite show right now.
No?
Look at him. Oh, needs some air. Angel on the right shoulder, devil on the left shoulder. Talk himself into it. There he goes. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. I love it. Chuck Russell and Tony Gardner must just love that they... I mean, think about it. There were probably 1,000 different ways he could have made this blob. Like, how do you film a blob?
Yeah, there were so many different versions. For every scene, every movement pretty much had to have a separate device. And the stories, I brought in a bunch of the effects team, and the stories behind the making of this thing are just incredible, and how they had to invent so much of it because this hadn't been done before.
Yeah. And it's like when they filmed I love Protective Father. Look at him. I want to say he was from Art LaFleur was a comedy guy too. Then end up working with John Candy. I mean, oh my gosh, I remember the scene. I can feel the lights in the room. The heat of the lights in the room. The smell of the sweater.
Here, take this.
I don't want it.
No, come on, honey. You have to get some sleep.
We're like decent parents, you know?
Yeah.
That's my good girl.
See, there's a pimple on me. I didn't have that freedom like my daughter, you know, I had to put makeup on and try to pretend it didn't exist. And my daughter's like, you know, out saving the world in the backyard and running around fighting with her plagued face, being a hero.
Love it.
I love it. Mom. You don't believe me either, do you?
You're home now. You're safe. That's all that matters.
So when you walked into the role, what was your approach to her?
Oh, I was so serious. Oh, look at that. Strong girl. Right? How easy is it to just take the pill and go to sleep? Nice.
You're the hero of the film. I mean, ultimately.
Well, like you got the, you know, it's kind of like what I really like about Saw 3. You have this kind of male and female. Well, one's a male, female hero, and then depends on how you look at Saw, you know, hero or villain.
Right.
But I love the mix of the male and female together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to me, it's to me, that Saw 3 was so interesting because of that. Too bad everyone had to die at the end. Big Shakespearean ending. Bad idea in hindsight.
You were kind of reluctant to get involved with Saw, weren't you?
We're not boring you, are we?
Oh, I just was just so disturbed by the script, you know?
Yeah.
Man wants a lawyer.
Yeah, that's right.
Look at that. Oh, God.
Either way, I want you out of my face.
You hard ass. Well, I'm in your face to stay. What are you gonna do about it?
McCrane is the perfect hard cop.
Yeah.
Like small town hard cop.
Any luck with his mama?
I can't seem to find her.
That's not unusual, is it? She takes little vacations with her pal Johnny Walker Red and anyone else who happens to be around, huh, Brian? Of course, we could call his dad if anyone knew who he was.
Hey, call a shrink. I'm a broken man.
You think this is a joke?
I think Jeffrey DeMond has been in, works with Frank Darabont a lot.
He does, yeah.
I want to say somehow he was connected with all three Blobs, somehow.
Yeah, people forget about the Larry Hagman Blob.
Yeah, that was kind of a blip on the his first and last directorial.
Yeah. Such an odd project for him, and it's such a crazy movie.
Brian, I need to talk to you.
Oh, that little bug. That was my first car, a convertible, metallic turquoise convertible bug.
No, that's my son's favorite car.
Is it?
He's a Herbie nut.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's 8 years old and just loves Herbie and
They are Neiman.
those VWs.
They don't take plastic.
Aw.
I appreciate the thought. Now go home, okay?
So working with the effects team, what do you remember about how they were having to do all these setups with the Blob and working with the creature in its various forms?
Oh, it was always changing, you know? And Chuck Russell was he was like a kid, you know? I can picture his face, like, he would get so excited when it worked, and then when it didn't, you know, he'd just be like, you could see the wheels going 100 miles an hour. You know, like going, it's like there's that story in Jaws, right, where they had this mechanical shark, and at some point, Steven Spielberg was like, had to accept that it didn't work.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't working, and you just got to accept it and figure out, like...
Geez, you don't give up, do you?
I need your help.
For 3 years in school, you haven't said shit to me. Now all of a sudden, what? You need my help and we're best friends, right?
Nobody believes me about what happened tonight.
What did happen?
You were there, you saw.
All I saw was an old man with a funky hand. That's all I saw.
Oh, Candy Clark. I love all these people, you know? Love the actors, love the characters.
The thing on that man's hand killed him, and then it killed Paul.
This is pretty good casting, I think. I was so serious, and Kevin was like, jokester. I mean, I guess I was kind of like my daughter. I mean, I just thought, I just pictured, I like believed there was a real battle going on.
Are you strung out on something or what?
You're just the same.
What are you talking about?
You act like you're different. You put on this big show. But you're just like everybody else in this town. You're full of shit!
It's probably the first curse word she ever said in her life. Oh, can't get out.
I'm sorry, okay?
She's strong though, you know? She doesn't make excuses for not talking to him in 3 years.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, he has a certain amount of respect for her, you can see.
For sure.
Aw, it's kind of nice, you know?
Want something to eat? Here. Go ahead and make you feel
Where were you guys staying when you were shooting up there?
I think like some kind of travel lodge or something. It was just a big go team go. It's like summer school, you know, the spirit on the set ends up on the film.
Sure.
And
Coming up empty here. You want us to head into the foothills?
and
We'll start all that at first light when the state police come in.
there was just a real, like summer school, there was a total go team go.
It's gonna be even longer.
A lot of humor,
One deputy and 6 volunteers.
you know. I love that. I think Chuck was so smart to put the humor in here. You know, to just like, it was on the set, it's in the script, it's in the actors he hired.
I guess I'm worried about everybody tonight.
I love it. It's a whole movie of character actors. Even the leads, you know, we're all just kind of this sweet.
Last 2 pieces. Eat up or I chuck it in the garbage.
Thanks.
Oh man, he has a bad death.
He does.
I just see the hairnet and my insides curl up. Oh boy. Oh, was that a spoiler? I've never done one of these before, so you
It's fine.
gotta remind me of the rules if I'm breaking them.
I think it's pretty safe to assume people have watched it if they're getting to the commentary side of things. Yeah. I can't believe you haven't done one before. You've done so much. I can't believe that. And The Stand is actually coming out on Blu-ray now too.
Is it?
Yeah.
That was so awesome, man. I hadn't worked and I was gonna move to North Carolina and live with my grandma in the mountains there, the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Oh, beautiful.
And I had given up my apartment and registered. I was going to go to college. I was registered at school, and then I think like 3 days before I was supposed to move, I ran into Carrie Fraser, casting director at a Starbucks, and told her what I was doing, and she sat me down and implored me to stay. She says, you know, you're just in that, you're not a kid anymore, but you still don't look like a woman, you know, you're just in that, but please, you know, as a casting director, she implored me that I was making a mistake, you know.
That's powerful.
You don't know which angel, which voice on the shoulder, whether it was the angel or the devil, but
yeah,
I stayed.
Yeah.
And then, but I hadn't worked, and I'd auditioned for The Stand. I can't believe I'm talking through this epic death. Look at that. I mean, the shoe. I love it.
And the pipe. The way the pipe
Through a
has that
pipe.
bulge. Yeah.
That huge man just went through the drain and through the pipe. And how awesome is that? Look at that. Tendrils. Tendrils. Ooh, we're gonna get some critical information here. I love it. He's got a... What, he just picked up a meat hook.
Oh, use what you've got, right?
I love it, though. Yeah. I mean, at least he's gonna fight. I saw some, my kids showed me this, it was hysterical. These guys, like, scare people with the Saw mask and Billy, and they run up on people, and they scare the crap out of people. And this one guy, like, just, he was there, you know, big guy with his girlfriend, and they came and scared. He jumped up the side of a thing, left his girlfriend. She's trying to jump up after him. She couldn't even make it up. And he was out of there. I mean, at least he grabbed a meat hook, you know, got in front of me. Now he's gonna give me his coat. Look at that.
I'm okay.
Meg. Aww.
I'm gonna get us out of here.
Look at that. Aww.
Poor Fran. Candy here.
Oh gosh. I mean, just like, we're still like tripping out on this big guy just went through a drain, and now look at this. I mean, these are epic scenes.
Help me! Get me Herb! Get Herb Geller! He went down to the diner.
Oh no. Oh God. You see, they're all different media. Oh. How awesome is that?
You ready?
I mean, the combination of all the different methods that they used.
Mm-hmm.
So creative.
Yeah.
Franny? Franny?
Great. I killed the strawberry.
He's so manly.
The front door's locked.
I love it.
That's okay.
Even with his hair extensions, he's still manly. And his slightly pale pink shirt.
You were talking about when you made the decision to stay for The Stand.
Oh yeah, so I'm here, right? And but I hadn't worked, and Carrie Fraser ended up casting me and leaving Las Vegas, which was awesome. But still, there was this period where I'm like, my poor grandma was devastated. I don't know about devastated, but she was bummed.
Yeah.
And I'm going, oh boy, maybe, bad. I should have gone. And then all of a sudden, I get this call out of the blue. You have an offer. I said, what? I haven't even auditioned for anything. And it was for The Stand. I had auditioned for it months before, and Mick Garris had put my audition on, filmed the audition, but Diane Lane was supposed to play that part.
Oh, wow.
She and Rob Lowe were buddies, and, she's an awesome actress, and she was going to do that part, and she got pregnant. And by the time they filmed, it was such a long shoot, by the time they filmed the stuff in Vegas at the end, she would have been very much showing.
Yeah.
And so Mick remembered my audition from the tapes, I guess, and just made an offer.
Amazing.
And man, I showed up on that set. I had nothing to lose. And talk about balls to the wall. We had so much fun. So a lot of that was improvised.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was just so mad in that moment. I threw a shoe at him, and then I go running after him. It wasn't until I looked at it after and saw how hysterical it was that I'm like, I had one platform shoe on and the other, so I'll go running like up, down. I mean, grabbing the gun through the window. They were like, you can't sit out the window like that, we're not insured. It was hysterical. We had a ball. It's so important to have like levity, like on the set. And God help, I know I was so serious. I'm sure I was a pain in the ass.
We need to see the sheriff. The sheriff's department.
What about Briggs?
Mick continues to be such a champion for the genre, with his own podcast and everything else that he does.
Oh, yeah, I love Mick. I love Mick. Hopefully I'll get to work with all these people again when I'm old.
Do you think you want to? Do you want us to get back into it at some point?
Oh, I'm open. All of life's a stage, It's like, even the scene I have now at home with the children, it's a scene.
Yeah.
In, the ultimate movie.
Right.
So, but it's important that I'm there right now. And that it's me there. But, like I said, I trip out when I look back. I mean, just watching this, seeing the people that I got to work with. I mean, I'm sure I was 18, I think. I did not have an appreciation for the level of, I was just kind of a spoiled brat actress. I was always kind of sweet, I think, but you have no concept of the work that's going on in every other department. And that's a great line. Like fucking Hansel and Gretel. It's good casting. I love Kevin. I ran into him I think the last time I saw him, we were both sitting in a waiting room to audition for some pilot during pilot season,
Oh.
And it was just like, when we're just in that ilk of like character actors that somehow keep going through the decades.
Yeah.
And you kind of love each other and root for each other, And sometimes you're sitting in the waiting room. And sometimes you're starring in a TV show, Oh, what's his name? I think he's a musician.
Joe Seneca, yeah.
Joe Seneca.
Any vomiting, nausea, or diarrhea?
Hey, back off, huh? Hey, pal, you want to fill us in? Who the hell are you people?
I'm Dr. Meadows. We're a government-sanctioned biological containment team.
Biological containment?
We're microbe hunters, young lady.
What? What are you doing here, boy?
The men from Gladiator are showing us how to keep our leftovers fresh.
These people are here on serious business. They don't have time for your bullshit, understand?
Colonel, has the deputy been briefed in detail?
Yes, sir.
We're just heading back to town now to get things started.
Splendid. Colonel Hoggis will arrange an escort.
What is going on over there?
That's the source of our worries. A troublesome souvenir from space.
What?
A meteorite. Don't get too close. There's danger of contamination.
Music's been a part of your life actually a lot over time too. You've had a number of bands. You talked about playing with Robert and some others before, right? Are you still doing anything musically?
Yeah, it's hysterical. I don't know how the hell that happened either. How I ended up playing music with guys from like Suicidal Tendencies and
yeah, Metallica, Skindred.
Did you just say Skindred?
Yeah.
How do you know Skindred?
Benji is who played with you in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benji the Bear.
Yep.
And Roy Mayorga, Soulfly.
$5 Ho.
Then I did this little project with Missy Pyle. We did a TV pilot together. She's like, Missy Pyle is like, she's in the ilk of comic geniuses, like, oh, this is genius. The movie within the movie.
Little hockey mascot.
The hedge trimmer. You don't get the full chainsaw, just the hedge trimmer.
Right, yeah, exactly. You can tell Chuck and Frank are so in love with horror. It's wonderful.
It's like fans making movies for the fans.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful marriage.
And this
so much fun.
This was such a big sequence in the original Blob, and I think it was great that they tried to raise the stakes in this one with all that happens in this theater.
What a wimp. Check out the body on the blonde.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I remember this guy. Yeah. Oh man. That's not a good sign. Oh.
So how did you end up in $5 Ho? How did that happen? How did it come together?
Well, I was friends with these guys, and then just thought, well, it's kind of an interesting concept to put like a real female, not like a female screaming and being heavy like the guys, but like a real feminine female in front of this real heavy sound. And I want to say, like, after $5 Ho, some bands were really successful with that. They're probably better singers than me. But it was a cool concept, you know, but all of us started working, you know, and so we couldn't really, it's not like we were gonna, you know, rehearse together every week and form a band and tour. And so I did form, I mean, look at that. Look at that.
I can't begin to thank you both. This information is incredibly valuable. Please, get in.
Where are we going?
Back to town. Arborville is under quarantine until we've isolated that organism.
It's just so like mind-blowing creative. Like, how the hell are we gonna do this? Yeah, we'll have tendrils. Yeah, we'll then it'll just come out in a big like I mean, the way they approached every scene is just like they just exploded their brain open and went nuts, you know. And then they had to like practically make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, like that's some feats of engineering and makeup and animatronics. I mean, it's one thing to just have crazy ideas. It's another thing to like put it on film and make it believable.
Right. I had to loop that line. Yeah?
Yeah. I hated that I had to loop it. But you could tell.
What are you doing?
Oh, I think we looped this whole scene. Yeah, I think we had to loop this whole scene.
Crazy, these people are here to help us.
Come on, Meg. We don't even know.
The Royal Canadian Mounties. He's got some great one-liners.
Yeah.
All I know is I saw a bunch of unmarked trucks.
They're cute, though. They're a cute couple. You know?
Yeah, they're perfect.
She's so serious. And she's tough, but he's tougher. You know?
You coming?
Brian, I have to go back. My family's there. People that I care about.
I'm going. If you're smart, you'll come with me.
Then go. Take care of yourself. It's the only thing you're really good at.
Oh, did you hear that? No one else ever volunteered for the job. You just take care of yourself. A cheerleader. This is good writing. I mean, look at that. These are good characters. These are all the townspeople were in this.
There is no cause for alarm. I repeat, there is no cause for alarm.
In lots of film, the characters don't, like, the response to something huge happening like this is, it doesn't match, you know, like the temperature doesn't match, and you guys so perfectly nail that.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks! Oh, thank God you're all right!
Honey, is Kevin with you?
No, isn't he staying over at Eddie's house?
Eddie says they were staying at your house. Oh, God, he must have snuck off to that damn movie.
What movie? You didn't tell me about any movie.
Sir, excuse me, but I think that my little brother is over at the movie.
Aww. Yeah, it's like a pretty unbelievable scenario, right?
Bub, you want a coffee break?
Oh,
hey, look,
Bub.
don't look, Mr. Me. I'm a taxpayer. I pay your salary. Now, what are you going to do about finding my son?
I understand you're upset, sir, but just to get back in line, we have the situation under control.
Did you know that 10 years ago tonight, there was a horrible murder in this house? No way.
Yeah.
Man?
Oh, too bad. They should re-release this in the movie theaters. It'd be like a breath of fresh air. Cut to person being consumed by Blob on ceiling. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. There were times when, how about the fact that the Blob was made out of stuff that we drink in McDonald's milkshakes?
Kind of scary, huh?
Yeah. But I remember one time they had got some kids from this local art college, and we did some shooting out in LA, and they had they were actually moving within a big silk. They had like things on sticks, and they were actually doing, oh, my boys are looking through the window here. They're gonna have nightmares. I mean, that's terrifying. Oh. I mean, you go, okay, we're going to make a movie about a blob. Well, it's going to be coming up the theater aisle. Well, how is it going to move? What's that going to look like? I mean, that thing was like folding on top of itself.
Yeah.
And it had a silky look to it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Tendrils were a great idea. I don't think they had tendrils in the first one.
No. Yeah, I mean, you're going well, how does it move? I think it looks pretty good when it moves. Oh, the sewers. And its color changes a little bit as it continues to eat things, which is really important to the whole team. That it made sense, that it would sort of look like, it would reflect what it was consuming. I thought that was really smart too. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh. Right? That's pretty specific, you know, burning hair, that it's got your hair. Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember filming in these waters. I think I was probably a pain in the ass. Yeah? Yeah. Was it uncomfortable? You know, actresses get pampered a lot, you know. It's terrible. I think I had a heater. I was being very motherly with the boys. Probably drove Chuck nuts. Sorry, Chuck. Actresses. And that was all soundstage in LA, right? Yeah. Actually, I think I got really sick. I think I had a spinal tap during this movie. Oh my gosh. Because I went into the ER. I think I had the worst headache of my life, and they were concerned, that, meningitis or something. Pain in the ass. Too serious and dramatic. What do you want? I'm an actress. This was in LA. Yeah, Griffith. Oh, we filmed all nights.
It was like 3 weeks of all nights. A lot of coffee, a lot of chocolate.
Sir, the organism is
A
growing.
lot of Kevin making me laugh.
By all accounts, it's at least 1,000 times its original mass.
This'll put you
It's funny hearing everybody talk about shooting around Griffith and trying not to make it look like it's Griffith. So, like, finding new angles
Right.
on things because everybody is shot so damn much there.
Yeah. Oh, funny. Yeah, it was like 2 different movies, all this stuff compared to the stuff in Abbeville.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for the record, I don't agree with any of this. Those people's lives are at stake.
Don't you think I know that? This isn't one of your textbook exercises, Mr. Jennings. This is an experiment in biological warfare, or hadn't you noticed?
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a, you know, they put a little spin on instead of just coming from space.
Of course, their lives at stake, whole nations, in fact. And that's far
You know, government conspiracy.
Right.
I was just getting hip to that in the 80s.
Mr. Jennings.
Ooh, not quite the nice, warm storyteller in The Mask I just saw a while ago. Kind of menacing.
Oh, one final thing on music I wanted to ask you about. Is it true you had a solo album that you were putting together at some point?
No, I did a record with oh yeah, Missy Pyle. It's hard to stay on track, you know, watching this awesome movie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But, we did a TV pilot together, and, she just had a bad breakup, and she was feeling low, and she told me that her life's dream was she says, "You had a rock band?" She says, "I've always wanted a band." I says, "Oh, you know, it's not the thing to be your life's dream." She said, "Yes, it is." I says, "Okay. I'll make a band with you so you can live it out and see that this is not the end-all be-all, right?" And next thing you know, we're up in Joshua Tree recording with Chris Goss, Masters of Reality. That's
Right.
a whole second section. Like, how did I end up with these musicians up there? You know, the guys from Eagles of Death Metal. Oh, maybe this is the jump.
Yeah, this is the...
I love the silver tips on the leather jacket. I remember that. See, this is another great setup. You know, he missed the jump at the beginning.
Right. Nice callback.
There's like nice, yeah. Good consistency. Good set, you know? Setups that pay off. Gotta love it. Yeah, I think this is it.
And it looks great with the helicopter overhead, yeah.
Oh, look at that shot. Yeah. That was awesome. Yeah, I think it was a kid who did that jump and scared the crap out of everybody. It was like kind of dangerous. This was not easy riding the bike over that. I love it. I love seeing a manly character. You don't see them so often anymore.
Who's also sincere.
Yeah. It's so funny. There's like... I haven't seen anything cheesy yet.
Right.
You would think, oh, the Blob made in the 80s, you would expect all kind of cheese.
Not at
But
all.
there's none. I mean, there's like, it's a good movie. And, yeah, characters are good. You know, it's like a strong this is a great example of like strong female role.
Right.
You know? And I like that they blended the,
There seem to be 3 main junctions here.
you know, like in Saw 3, you know, it's not like a It wasn't like Meg being the guy. You know, she's a strong woman, he's a strong man, and they work together to save the world. It's nice. See, I'm like mother hen. Oh, it's too cold.
This way. Baker team, we place you 80 meters south of valve 2.
What a set. What a disgusting...
The rats. Oh, they went to such an effort, though. They did to, like, make the water warm and... Oh. I wish I had more of an appreciation for how hard everybody works, you know.
Watch out for the rat.
Oh, it's like the air conditioning in the movie theater. Poles. Oh, I just remembered my stunt lady. She was super awesome. Oh. Oh, they did it. Look at that, she dives in towards the blob.
Yeah.
That's a decent character. Oh, my little brother. He's probably all grown up now. Oh. Oh, no, they didn't. Oh, they did.
They sure did.
Oh, this is like where it turns into a big flower. Like a big, what do you call those plants? That they eat you?
Oh, Venus.
Yeah, Venus flytrap. I mean, pretty creative. You're working with the blob. How are you going to do it? Oh.
Come on! Run, Kevin, run!
The 80s were such a great time for movies about kids saving the world, I guess you'd say.
Yeah,
There's so
right?
many adventure movies with young people, and it was really the first era when youth was allowed to win.
Interesting.
And I think horror was an important genre for that.
Interesting. Love it. Look at that. See? That's how you're supposed to work together. Oh, hold on.
Film after you were done?
That's so funny, man. You rarely do. Even though, like, if I ran into any of these people, and the few times I have, you know, it's just like nothing but awesomeness.
Right.
But people are busy.
How do we get out of here?
We're trying to
It's such an interesting thing about film where you become part of this family that exists in this tiny universe for a window of time, and then everyone just sort of dissipates.
Yeah. I mean, that's my whole life. until, you wonder why I confine myself to home with the children for a time.
Yeah.
Like that consistency's important. Like that's, like this movie's a good example of man and woman working together. Strong man, strong female. It's like the family, it's important. It's supposed to be like, and you see like Flag, he didn't have a family.
Right.
It's, it's like with every decade, it seems tougher and tougher for families to stick together. But, look at that, I buy it all. But your family's like your, that's like your, you could just, you don't have to go far, if you have one, but no, we don't have them anymore. It's sad. But when you grow up on sets, and every play I did, every movie, every TV show, it's like, you are like a family, and then it's done.
Thought you were gonna take care of yourself.
Guess I blew it, huh? I'm sorry, Meg. I really am.
Brian?
That had to be especially hard with Becker because you were on so long.
It was. Dave Hackle calls me on my birthday every year. I love it. But it is. That's probably my favorite. I've been asked a lot, like, what's your favorite part? And it was Linda from Becker.
So great.
In fact, when I'm watching Schitt's Creek now, and the daughter reminds me a little when she started working in the veterinary office.
Oh,
my gosh, she's kind of like Linda. God, but Missy Pyle is like from that ilk of comedic actor, like Catherine O'Hara, and they're all Canadians, but John Can't, just those comic geniuses.
Mm-hmm.
And they are, every member of that cast of that show is just, and the daughter is like, she's like supermodel beautiful, but she's so friggin' funny and like a great actress. I love that show.
It's nice to find that.
Oh, the big standoff. So this was a lot of night shooting.
Freeze, mister! All right, hold on. Everybody, just lower your weapons.
Oh my gosh, I remember filming this, the lines.
Contagious.
Am I talking too much? Is that what you're supposed to do the whole time?
This is perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
I talk too much, but maybe this is the one situation where it works.
I like that Kevin's character is, everyone thinks of him as one thing, and you're kind of the only one who has the light inside. You're the one who's been let in to see the real him.
Isn't that beautiful, though?
It is, because this whole standoff, like the heart of it is that misunderstanding, and they just don't know.
Yeah. Aww.
Inside the mask.
Awesome.
Let's scrag that son of a bitch.
Is there that sense of family? Is that around the Saw films as well?
Oh, yeah.
Central charge. Short fuse.
Yeah. Well, because the Saw films are kind of interesting because it was almost like having a repertory theater company, you know? You had the same crew. Yeah, that was pretty unique. Pretty awesome. Again, like, great crew. I mean, look at this movie. Yeah, don't get too cocky. Mm-hmm.
You on that, slime ball.
It's like, I mean, look around that scene right now, the set, the props, you buy it all. I buy it. I mean, it looks real. But a blob's about to explode from the ground.
It has to be so much easier to invest when you're in the room with something than the CG approach. I think that has to be a strange transition to go from practical effects for years into a CG world when nothing's real.
Yeah, kind of like what's happening in the world right now.
Well, yeah, that too.
The Matrix will just be blobs plugged into a big computer.
It's like Wall-E.
Did you see it just flatten him like a pancake?
Yep.
I love it. So imaginative. This movie's awesome.
The choreography with all these things happening simultaneously is pretty outrageous.
Look at this. Editing's good.
Especially considering so many are locals. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, this movie, like, moves. We're, like, at the end.
Yeah.
Almost at the end. I mean, this movie just flies right along.
You mentioned John Candy. After this, you got to work with him.
Oh, man. That was a great honor. What a sweetheart, man. The character he played in Trains, Planes, and Automobiles was pretty much him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
God, he was so hard on himself, but so kind to everybody around him. Oh.
So brilliant.
Take all the entrances!
Moss Garage. See? Set up at the beginning of the movie. Here it is.
Your resolve in this is pretty amazing. Everybody else is losing their minds, and you are so determined. She never slows down and never backs down.
She's a good character, man. Like, I like her strength, you know? It's not overdone. It's real. It's like... Nice. But Ian, let me look at the extras. There was such a good spirit on the set. Everybody just like gave it. Oh. Oh, that was terrible. Here comes Brian.
Great effect. Yeah.
Look at that. Pulling it right towards him. sacrifice. Aw. He finally has someone to sacrifice for. Beautiful. And somebody cares about him. Aww.
So what do fans say about the character? Do they connect with Meg when you're talking to them at the conventions?
Aww. Sorry, I'm like reliving all this. It's like it was yesterday. I remember, like, look at the 3 things, come to the guy with no arm, but he's still gonna be alive. Ah! It's really crazy the things you remember after so many years. Right? She wouldn't know how to use a gun. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Small town.
This is what I mean about you being really the ultimate hero here. It's so your moment here.
Come on, you son of a bitch.
Big line. Oops. But look, they keep coming for each other. You know?
Yeah.
And then the father gets to see. Aww. Aww. So yeah, people connect with Meg. They connect with Amanda too. These young girls. I had a piece of the frozen blob for many years. I don't know what happened to it. I want to say it was like a resin. Look, first thing, she thinks of him. Ah, there's me being nervous about having to do a movie kiss. Oh no, we didn't do it. We hugged. I love that. That's so much better. I love it. You know, he like tiptoes around it. Art. Look at this. This is so beautiful.
Right. That's what makes it work.
I told you we'd get snow. You gotta have faith.
Aww.
What if I'm coming for this sort of thing? Dave, bring in the dump truck.
It's like Frank Darabont wrote it. Look at that. Such humanness in a monster movie, creature. You know? These people are like, I don't know about you. Not quite the revival we were looking forward to.
So after this, what was this moment for you career-wise? Like having the lead in this, what was did it change anything in your world?
You know, I got Who's Harry Crumb off of this, but and then I did TV. But you know, I'm not like, my career's been a funny thing. I don't think I'm a leading lady, you know, like I'm a character actress, and so I just kind of keep chugging along, and there were probably like, maybe this was a moment, and then maybe there was another moment with Becker, there were just a few moments where you went, maybe it's going to happen, maybe it's going to go big now, you know?
Yeah.
And like signs were pointed in the direction there was that potential there, and then it didn't. But when I look back, I'm kind of grateful for it, you know? I'd rather just be able to chug along.
Sure.
And, you know, it was always like a square peg trying to fit in a round hole. It's funny, Steven Spielberg wrote me a letter when I was 15. I think I did a TV movie, Crime of Innocence. And he wrote me a letter. And at the very end of it, he said, "May I be so bold as to offer you one piece of advice. Never be more than you are." And I thought it was kind of ironic because I was thinking about writing him a letter back with my life now, you know, like how it's ended up. But it's funny, I think about that all the time. Like the Kevin Dillon story, I picture those guys climbing up the mountain, you know, in their jeans, and mismatched skis and mismatched boots, you know, just being together, having a ball. And I finally got some life.
I'm glad you found that. That's amazing. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so it's like I feel pretty lucky, you know. And then I look back and I look at all the people I got to work with, and it's like, it's just like, I don't know, like some kind of bubble around me or something. I don't want to shamrock anything, but I'm pretty grateful for all of it, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
And yeah, it's been a pretty good life.
Well, thank you again so much for being on the track today. This has been an absolute blast.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for having me. And gosh, I just love the fans of especially this genre. And so grateful, and really grateful to have been a part of this movie. God, I'm watching all the names, you know, of the crew, and everybody worked way harder than me, and it shows. I mean, that is a solid film. It really is. I'm glad you appreciated it enough to...
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you again.
Thank you.